Hello, friends and clients. I am Jennifer Walker Gates with JLW Immigration Law Group. I am here in this video today to talk about whether you can get citizenship through naturalization if you owe child support. This is something that we have seen, unfortunately, come up with for some of our clients. So I wanted to get this information out to the immigrant community and anybody who may be applying for naturalization so that you understand your rights and responsibilities with respect to child support and naturalization. Before I get into today's topic, I would like to ask that you please subscribe to our channel, share our social, leave us comments, give us likes, do all the things on social media to help us kind of get the word out. We are trying to make sure that the immigrant community has clear and trustworthy information about how to navigate the immigration system. And there is a lot of stuff out there on the internet that isn't clear or helpful or correct. And so please help us get the word out. Send us questions through our website and email if you have specific questions about your case. If you want to ask a general question about the video or the content, we do respond to comments. So please leave us a comment, and thank you very much. In order to qualify for naturalization, one of the eligibility requirements is establishing that you are a person of good moral character. Now, there are a lot of things that can cause an officer of immigration to find that you don't have good moral character, and those include things like arrests for DWI, arrests for like bouncing checks, of course, any kind of criminal conviction that involves moral turpitude, that involves theft or fraud. A lot of these things, seem pretty obvious, and they are, sometimes possible to get over and get around if they occur outside of the good moral character period. When you apply for naturalization, you have to show that you've been a person of good moral character for at least 5 years preceding your application if you're applying based on having been a resident for 5 years, or if you're applying based on being married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years, then the good moral character period that you have to show is for 3 years. Okay, so if something happens outside that period, you can sometimes get around it. However, if it is a question of failure to support dependents, that's something that immigration tends to look at pretty unfavorably. If you have abandoned a child, now that doesn't mean that you gave a child up for adoption or you made other provisions for its care. As long as, the child was cared for and you made sure of that, then those kinds of decisions in your past are not going to affect your naturalization application or the good moral character finding. However, if it is shown during your application process that you owe child support, either through a court mandated order of child support or because you have a child and that child doesn't live with you, then you don't even have to have a court order to pay child support. You have to be able to show that you are supporting the children for whom you are responsible. And courts have backed this up. Courts have found that if a person isn't supporting their own minor children, that can be a basis for finding that you lack good moral character for naturalization purposes. So there are extenuating circumstances in the law that will allow you to also get an exception to this rule. Okay. The general rule is you have to support your minor children financially, and you need to be able to prove that with your application. Now, it is uncommon really that USCIS asks for this proof, but if they suspect at all that you have minor kids that you're not supporting, they may ask for the proof. And so you need to be able to show that you are supporting the child financially and that you are also providing parental and emotional support to the best of your ability. The extenuating circumstances that apply are if you are unemployed, if you've gone through a period of extreme financial hardship, if you have some kind of medical thing happening that has prevented you from working or that has caused you some, to have a lot of extraneous expenses, those kinds of things that aren't like your fault and they're outside of your control, they are not going to prevent you from having the good moral character finding. Okay. You can show that you're still making a good faith effort to support your child, to ensure that the child is supported by someone else, to provide the child with parental support at the very least, if you can't provide financial support. So don't allow, a situation like that to prevent you from making your application. Let's say like during the pandemic, you were unemployed and you had COVID a number of times and, you fell behind on your child support. It is okay to apply for naturalization, even if that's within the past 3 or 5 years, as long as you can show that, as soon as it was possible for you to resume making payments, you did so. And throughout that time, you still continued to support the child as best you could with, parental support. Now, again, even that parental support sometimes can be very difficult to show if you have a co-parent who will not allow you to have very much contact with the child or something like that. Those kinds of circumstances can be taken into consideration. USCIS is required to make a good moral character determination on a case-by-case basis. They are required to look at all of the evidence in your case. So if you have fallen behind on child support, but you are still making a good faith effort and you're still, trying to catch up and doing what you can to take care of your kids, then don't allow that little smirch on your record to prevent you from applying for naturalization. You can still be approved so long as they consider all of your evidence and you provide evidence to show that you are a person of good moral character. You are a parent who cares for the children. And I know that is true for most of our clients. Now, if you have any questions about your particular situation or circumstance and you want to get help with that, you're welcome to reach out to us directly. You can find us online at jlw.law. That's jlw.law. On our website, there's a button where you can click to schedule an appointment directly with me or any of the attorneys in our firm. We'll be happy to listen, take a look at your situation, and give you our best advice about how to move forward with your naturalization case. Our goal is that every immigrant in the United States reaches that naturalization goal if that's what they want. We really want that for our clients and our community. We feel like that is what is going to help really improve the democracy in the United States, as if all of our community is able to vote and participate in those processes and have a say about how our communities are run. So please do get naturalized if you possibly can. And if you have questions or concerns, you're welcome to leave a comment below this video. We'll respond as best we can here. We can't respond to super specific and personal, complicated questions without an actual consult for a number of reasons. Sometimes we need more clarification, and confidentiality will prevent us from asking additional clarifying questions in this forum. So please do reach out to us directly with anything that's super personal, specific, or complicated. But for general questions about what the law says about naturalization, good moral character, child support, please don't hesitate to leave us a comment. We do respond, and I hope this has been helpful. Again, share the info, give us a like, help us get the word out that we are a good source of trustworthy information for the immigrant community. With that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a great week. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.